Okay, you guys, so we're about to get started on our little one pot meal. This is something I'll make. Just be a great date meal, honestly, but it's just fast. It feels super fancy, but it's just so yummy. So I'm gonna start by marinating the shrimp. Got some herb de Provence here. So get some in there. Got some really big shrimp in here, so it's gonna need some seasoning. And again, if you don't have this, some thyme, some basil, and some rosemary will do for this meal. Got some salt, just a little bit, not too much. And then I got some black pepper. Really get it in there. And after that, I'm gonna do pepper flakes. Yeah, because the shrimp are the star in this meal. I really do want it heavily spiced. Some red pepper flakes, and then now we're gonna do some red wine vinegar. This is basically like a 5-minute marinade. Mix it all together and let it sit, and then we're gonna cut up everything else we need. And this is a one pot meal, so that's a definite plus. So we're gonna cut up our tomatoes, so let's get that done. So we have our tomatoes. Now we're gonna move on to our, I got 3 cloves of garlic here. So let's get that. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just rinse these garlic and we're gonna grate them all. I think grating just gives a finer finish to the garlic, and whatever's left on top, I'll just chop it up and make it a little bit finer. Put that to the side. Chop up the remaining garlic. And add it back. Okay, so what I've learned recently, so this is some nice good bread that you need to season your bread. So we're gonna toast this, but to start with, I'm going to take some black pepper and I'm gonna season my bread. Just one side, really. You don't really need to do both. You never think to season the actual bread itself. This is so important when you're making grilled cheese or anything that's like a open side, a flatbread or anything like that. Just please give it a go. I'm gonna go like this with the olive oil and just drizzle. And this is gonna be toasted for the end of the meal. Not the end, but like for the meal itself. So just get some olive oil in there. And then what I like to do is I'll take both bread and they'll make love to each other a little. And look at that nice seasoned bread. Put that in your oven, let it toast. You can do like 500 for like 2 minutes. Honestly, it doesn't take that long. Just keep an eye on it. Or you can just put it in a toaster. Just, you need some nice toasted bread for this meal. Okay guys, it's time to cook. So we're gonna start with a little saute pan, and we're going to add our olive oil in here, about 2 tablespoons of that. And then next we're going to add just half of that garlic that we grated. We're gonna add that in the beginning. We're gonna add the rest later, but just half to start with. So we're gonna let that get nice and golden together. So at this point, I am going to add, I forgot to mention, this is a mixture of spinach and arugula mix. Okay, that's for the end. But for now, I'm gonna add my tomatoes in here. Get it in there. Yeah. And I'm actually gonna add salt when it's just like the about 1/4 teaspoon of salt when it's just the tomatoes. And now we got our shrimp. We're gonna add our shrimp to this baby. I am cooking for one, like I must say all the time, so obviously if you're cooking for more than one, you can adjust the recipe accordingly. I'll have a bit more shrimp in there. So at this point, I got my grater, I got a lemon wedge. I'm gonna grate some lemon in here. Ooh, it's outside. Just make sure it's just right. See how pretty and gorgeous that is? Get that in there. Mix it around. Oh yeah, you can smell the lemon right away. Flip it. Shrimp does not take that long to cook, you guys. Just flip it. Flip it. And next thing, we're gonna add the rest of our garlic, and on top of that we're going to add about a tablespoon of butter, about this much butter in there, and then get it all mixed. I just lowered the heat of it so I can get everything to really start to melt with each other. And as it's doing that, we're going to add this is spinach and arugula mix. Get it in there. Why not? And we're just about done. The last thing I'm going to do is give it a little taste. Oh, it's perfect. The reason I didn't put that much salt is because I use salted butter. If you use unsalted butter, then at this point maybe you'll add your finishing salt. I'm just going to do last good cracking. This place smells beautiful. And then also add some pepper flakes. This is just for me because I like pepper flakes. And then we want to do a good spring. There's like a little lemon wedge. Good, nice. And that's it. Dinner is served. Turn the heat off. Give it a nice final mix, and then we're ready to plate our meal. Isn't that gorgeous? Alright guys, time to plate up. This was actually went by pretty fast. It was a quick meal to make. So you just get them and you just get that. Look how pretty. Get that in here. Okay. Get it all in there. I want all that sauce. Look how gorgeous that is. And then now I have my toasted bread. This goes right there in there. And I'm ready to eat. So let me give this a little taste. I'm just gonna do the sauce with everything. Let me just do a bite of the shrimp. Let's do a bite. Okay. That was perfect. That was really good. I'm gonna give the bread a taste. Just dipping in that little sauce right there. I'm gonna give it a taste. Perfect. I hope you guys make this. Let me know if you do.